Genesis chapter 26, verses 1 to 35, New Revised Standard Version. Verse 1. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar, to King Abimelech of Philistines. Verse 2. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, Do not go down to Egypt. Settle in the land that I shall show you. Verse 3. Reside in this land as an alien, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and to your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath that I swore to your father Abraham. Verse 4. I will make your offspring as numerous as the stars of heaven, and will give to your offspring all these lands, and all the nations of the earth shall gain blessing for themselves through your offspring. Verse 5, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Verse 6, so Isaac settled in Gerar. Verse 7, when the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said, she is my sister, for he was afraid to say, my wife, thinking, or else the men of the place might kill me for the sake of Rebekah, because she is attractive in appearance. Verse 8, when Isaac had been there a long time, King Abimelech of the Philistines looked out of a window and saw him fondling his wife Rebekah. Verse 9, so Abimelech called for Isaac and said, so she is your wife? Why then did you say she is my sister? Isaac said to him, because I thought I might die because of her. Abimelech said, what is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us. Verse 11, so Abimelech warned all the people, saying, whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death. Verse 12, Isaac sowed seed in that land, and in the same year reaped an 100-fold. The Lord blessed him. Verse 13, and the man became rich. He prospered more and more until he became very wealthy. Verse 14, he had possessions of flocks and herds and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Verse 15, now the Philistines had stopped up and filled with earth all the wells that his father's servants had dug in the day of his father Abraham. Verse 16, and Abimelech said to Isaac, go away from us, you had become too powerful for us. Verse 17, so Isaac departed from there and camped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. Verse 18, Isaac dug again the wells of water that had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham, and he gave them the names that his father had given them. Verse 19, but when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found that there a well of spring water. Verse 20, the herders of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herders, saying, the water is ours. So he called the well Isaac, because they contended with him. Verse 21, then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that one also, so he called it Setna. He moved from there and dug on other well, and they did not quarrel over it, so he called it Rehoboth, saying, now the Lord had made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Verse 23, from there he went up to Beersheba. Verse 24, and that very night the Lord appeared to him and said, I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you and will bless you and make your offspring numerous for my servant Abraham's sake. Verse 25, so he built an altar there, called on the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well Verse 26, then Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzat, his advisor, and Pikol, the commander of his army. Verse 27, Isaac said to them, why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you? Verse 28, they said, we see plainly that the Lord has been with you. So we say, let there be an oath between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you. Verse 29, so that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you, and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord. Verse 30, so he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. Verse 31, in the morning they rose early and exchanged oaths, and Isaac set them on their way, and they departed from him in peace. Verse 32, that same day Isaac's servant came and told him about the well that he had dug, and said to him, we had found water. Verse 33, he called it Sheba. Therefore, the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Isaac was 40 years old, he married Judith, daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, daughter of Elon the Hittite. And they made life bitter for Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis chapter 26, verses 1 to 35, New Revised Standard Version.